is on fire. And if I think what's happening in the market actually happening, then Bitcoin is going to have a huge breakout and go to an all-time high of 183,480 or even higher. Some are skeptical, but the data does not lie. And I will show you exactly why this is happening and what this upcoming FOMC of today means to Bitcoin and how you can position yourself the right way for this bull run to maximize your profits. If you own any Bitcoin or even plan to invest in it, then this is the most important video that you will ever watch. Watch this video till the end because I will reveal the exact strategies and key levels to ride this wave, this bull run, and make the most out of it. Hi, I'm Nas. I'm 22 and I made over $10 million trading meme coins, and I'm a seasoned trader. I've started investing in crypto around 2020, just around that GME craze, and I made most of my money on GME and then went straight into crypto on leverage, made huge mistakes along the way, and of course, I learned from it because I'm still alive today, banging it out in the markets. From trading leverage and getting liquidated on all my money, all the money that I had saved up, I had to quit for 4 months due to the depression of me losing it all. But that did not hinder me from continuing on and trading in these markets because I just thought it's for me. It only made sense that I continued trading because that's where I felt like I belonged. And that is where the meme coin stuff happened, and I got rich off of meme coins. I made 99% of the money that I made on meme coins, and I lost 99% of it as well. Obviously, lots of lessons learned because I'm still alive and I'm still kicking it. But today's subject is not meme coins, it's about Bitcoin. So let's dive in. Now, we saw Bitcoin go all the way as high as $109,000. So why did Bitcoin make this move? 3 key factors. Institutional demand is at an absolute all-time highs. Bitcoin is no longer a retail trading asset because now we have BlackRock, Fidelity, and major hedge funds, not to mention Trump himself and governments involved, and they're buying up Bitcoin like never before. The Bitcoin ETF brought billions of dollars, billions with a B, not an M, a B. And this is just the beginning. And here's the most important part. There's only 2 million Bitcoin remaining on exchanges, and there's a lot of withdrawals happening on chain where people and institutional buyers are taking up the Bitcoin from exchanges, off exchanges to their wallets. And that is a supply crunch just waiting to explode. Number 2, the Federal Reserve's next move, and that is very important. The FOMC, or the rate hike decision, is happening today. Now, the big question is, will the Fed hold rates or will they pivot? And that is a very big question. Many analysts believe that the Fed is going to pause rate hikes, which is historically extremely bullish for Bitcoin because that has led to more liquidity flowing right back into risk assets. Now, during today, if Powell hints at rate cuts later on this year, Bitcoin is going to have a very big surge as more institutional buying is going to occur and they're going to be piling up the Bitcoins like never before because Bitcoin is a mere hedge against inflation. So funny enough, Bitcoin actually follows a very predictable cycle. In the 2017 bull run, it surged 1,900% after breaking its all-time highs. And in the 2021 bull run, it went from 20,000 to 69,000 in just 1 year. And for 2025, if the cycle decides to repeat itself, then Bitcoin's next run is going to take it all the way to $183,000. Here's an uncommon thing to add to what's currently happening to Bitcoin and these risk assets is that it's so mainstream. It's like the S&P 500 now. Take a moment and think about that. The S&P 500 year over year gives a good return of 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever the number may be, especially after big dips like 10% dips, 20% dips. The later that year, it gives a more of a 40 to 50 to even 60% return. And I think with how the data is rolling, Bitcoin is going to be doing something very similar. Michael Saylor even said the same thing, that year over year, Bitcoin is going to return to him 30%, which I highly agree because there's just too much institutional buying happening. The governments are taking it more serious, and there's a lot of involvement from the US government. And they're trying to lead way for crypto, making it the biggest crypto city, the largest adoption that has ever happened. And it's for their own benefit the Bitcoin goes up. Because with stocks in the stock market, it's one huge Ponzi. Don't get me wrong. But we all make money. So does it really matter if it's a Ponzi or not? I don't think so. Here's what they do. They buy stock, let's say $10,000. And then they go to the bank. Instead of getting taxed on their gains, they go ahead and take out a loan for $5,000, hypothetically. And then the stock goes up another $10,000. It doubles. You can literally go take another $5,000 from the bank as a loan against your stock again. It's an infinite money printer, and it keeps everything inflated. So as long as everything keeps going up, they're gaining from that. Now you, the average person, would never think of that. Why do you think these billionaires never get taxed? It's because they keep taking out loans against their stock. It's something that's going to almost forever go up. If you're able to time the dips, you're in profit. Heavy profits. And the goal is to never, ever sell your Bitcoin. Simply take out loans against it and you will never be taxed. And this is not financial advice. So like I said, retailers do not control Bitcoin anymore. Institutions do, just like the stock market. At a point, there was a 96% correlation between the movement in the NASDAQ and the movement in Bitcoin. So that means the same algorithms, the same trading bots, the same institutions, the same players that are involved in the stock market are also involved in Bitcoin. So in 2020, 2021, I called the top on Bitcoin, and I also called the top on the S&P 500 around 473 because of a pattern called the Wyckoff distribution. These patterns are very well real. A lot of people called me the R word, and they're all down for the most part. We're down at the time because no one listened to me. People thought I was crazy. It's some fugazi. It's BS. But there are patterns that exist that whales follow to scoop and sell their Bitcoins on the market in such a way where they know and you don't. So this brings me to the point that whales and institutions use advanced accumulation strategies to buy up Bitcoin or buy up any sort of asset in general. Here are 3 things that you need to watch out for that are very bullish signals. And some of them are already happening. 1, massive. And when I say massive, I mean massive exchange withdrawals. That means that institutions and bigger players are just buying the Bitcoin on the exchange and taking it back to their wallets. The long-term holders increasing. That's a metric you can view online on Google if you just literally type that in. This is bullish because it means there's a supply squeeze happening. And finally, the derivative market positioning. When the longs outweigh the shorts in terms of positioning. So the bottom line is, smart money is not selling, they're buying. But the question is, are you? So Naz, how will Bitcoin reach 183,480? There's 3 key points here that you need to put on your chart. The number 1 thing is the key level of 100,000, and then we have 140,000, and we have the $480,000 price target. And that is the super cycle territory. Let's use this phone as an example. We have 100,000, we have 140,000, and then we also have 180,000. This is the super cycle. Once 100,000 breaks and the flood doors open, retail traders are going to come back FOMOing in, and everyone and their moms is going to want the Bitcoin. Once we reach that $140,000 mark, that's when we're going to start seeing some sort of slowing down, I would say, before we finally get to that 180,000. And that is where smart money is going to sell. And a rather larger correction is going to happen on the chart. But not to panic, simply taking out profits, 75 to 80% of your position would be really good at these prices. And then trying to buy back lower or DCAing in lower would be the move. Now, if Bitcoin follows past cycles, which it does, then we will see massive retail FOMO once it crosses 6 figures. And that is where the real fun starts. All right, so how are we going to profit from these events in this bull run? 3 simple steps. Secure your Bitcoin holdings. That's the most simple one out there. Every crash before a bull run was a complete fake out. So do not get shaken out on this dip to 80,000. As a matter of fact, if you scroll down on my YouTube, I funny enough say that Bitcoin is going to be trading in the lower 80s. And that's a signal for when the market could potentially be bottoming. And I said this when Bitcoin was trading at 97,000 and it went all the way down to 76K. So don't get shaken out. The second point is you want to ride the institutional wave. If hedge funds are buying and the US government is buying, don't fight the trend. Do not fight it. And third and final point is that you have to position yourself very smart in altcoins. Bitcoin pumps first and then the altcoins explode. The next 100x plays are coming your way. You bet that. Oh, one more thing. Do not get caught without an exit strategy, please. Taking profits at a key level is the key difference. And that's why 99% of people do not make it out the trenches with meme coins because they never have an exit strategy. Per usual, everyone asks me, Naza, how do you know when to sell? I simply have an exit strategy. When I'm up 100%, I'm taking half my position off. When I'm up 200%, I'm trimming another 30%. And when I'm up 300%, I'm trimming another 25%. Now, when I'm up 400%, this is where I would take my last trim, which is around 20 to 30%, and just leave it ride, whether it goes to zero, whether it goes to 100x. Because that's exactly how I was able to catch Fortcoin. I bought it at 30 million, but I sold most what I had around 100 million because I thought, wow, I just caught a $100 million runner. But it kept going and it kept soaring to the billions and billions. So the moral is, don't be a bag holder, please. If you found this valuable, then smash the like button and subscribe for more Bitcoin updates. So where do you think Bitcoin is headed to next? Let me know in the comments and I'll be replying. And if you want exclusive early alpha or trade alerts, then join the private Telegram group, which is completely for free. The link to that is in the description. We also have 2 links to the best trading tools out there, Nova Trading Bot and Blowfin. So make sure you check these out and sign up to Blowfin using the link below for a potential $5,000 bonus upon sign up. This could be the biggest bull run of all time. Will you be ready? See you in the next video. Deuces.